All right, in this presentation, I want to give a demonstration of how the pH level works. The pH level is a part of the human body as it is with other species, plants and flowers and such. But nevertheless, there's a part of it where you can get a good demonstration of it to show you how and what your pH level is. And as you look up here on the screen here, when your pH level is real low, it's very acidic. And this is usually where sickness falls in at, within your body. And then when it's normal, it's in the neutral zone, which is 7. But when you're in a 7 and above, your pH level is normally high. And that's when your body usually kind of fights off illness, fights off any types of, mostly disease and stuff. So basically, in a alkaline area, disease can't live in an alkaline body in a sense, right? So everybody on point with that right there.
Yes, sir.
And so the more you have an alkaline body, the more you can fight off sickness and illness. So in the demonstration, I just want to show you about the water in itself. You can kind of get a good demonstration of how and what you can do to kind of make things better for you when you dealing with those types of levels. And how we're going to distinguish that. This right here is it's a type of chemical that kind of give you the demonstration of how these pH levels work. And they use this right here in labs and stuff like that to kind of let you know where your body is. So they test when they go to test your blood and just blood cells and all that stuff right there, they kind of get a general idea like, okay, your pH level is down. They kind of, they can pick up how acidic your body is. And that's how the doctor's able to tell you, okay, you need this, you need more water, you need more iron. Your body is down in this level. And from doing the test with this right here. And they do this test right here with fish aquariums too. They use the same pH level. If you notice when you go to at an aquarium, you'll find out that they try to figure out how the water is and stuff like that. And they'll dip the water to let you know if the water's still good or not good. Tell you that you need to add some different stuff into your water to bring your pH level up. So same thing with the swimming pool. Swimming pool, same thing. And along with that, like I said, the plants and stuff like that too though. So that's basically what this does. So, but as we look up here, as we see these different types of drinks, and everybody say, okay, well, I remember one person said, well, water is water. Well, it's not necessarily true. And oftentimes we get it to where we have different types of water. Now, I wanted to let you know about the tap water. Now, a lot of people talk down on tap water, but the tap water is actually better than your Dasani water that you quote unquote drink. Oh, Dasani, that's the best. I'm gonna go get you some Dasani water, and I'm gonna show you in the test whenever we get ready to get to that part though. And I'm gonna start out by giving you the different tests. Now, along with the different types of water, like your Fiji water, that's supposed to be like a little decent water. It's spring water. Now, your spring water is what we are taught now is a little bit better to drink than some of the rest of the waters because it purifies itself. So when you have the spring water, it goes through a spring and kind of purifies itself. Yeah. So but your purified water, spring water, yes. And so your purified water is what they take and put in these plants and these corporations and stuff like that. It's not being it's like stuff that come out the faucet, out the water springs. It's a little bit of everything, and they just got it in this chemical factory. And these chemical factories that make these waters they go through a filtration system, right? But now listen, if you ever went to a plant, if you ever know how plants and stuff like that they operate, how many times or what do you think they're doing when it comes down to cleaning these filtration systems? You think they got every month they coming in through there and say, oh well, we need to make sure all these filtrations clean, or we need to change all these filtrations out. Now, if you think of a filtration, you ever notice how they always say you got to change your filter like every 30 days, every 6 months or something like that? They ain't doing that at these companies, because now they're gonna lose money if they keep these machines there running and keeping filtration. So all that crap that they not being filtered down, that's what's still going into these bottles of water, in these purified waters. And of course we know about that soda. Now, let me give you some science on this, in which we already know. When it comes down to soda, we know, look at that. You know it ain't nothing but straight acid, right? Now I'm doing it in a Sprite form, but the darker it is, the worse it is. And then, but I'm doing it in this form so that you can see it in the test, so you can show up what it's going to do to you. Now, with the Sprite in itself, or soda in itself, how many of us familiar with the police officers carrying around a Coca-Cola in the back of their car and know why they do that? The reason why they do that, they have to keep that in their cars, because anytime there's a bad accident on the road or out on the highway, they pour that Coca-Cola on the blood to let it vanish away out into the, because that's how strong it is. It's like real acid. And it's cheap. It's a cheap form of acid, because there is another acid that you can put out there, but that acid is very expensive. So you don't want to be buying that. So they rather just buy a Coca-Cola, which is $2-3, but it's so packed with so much acid in it, it'll clean that blood right on off the streets. Versus you seeing that blood laying there in the next day or so. So, but if you put water down on it, it ain't gonna really clean that blood off. But you throw that soda down there, it'll clean it right on off. Another scientific fact about soda. How many of us ever seen a demonstration of how you can take a piece of fat bag and put some Coca-Cola soda on it, and you watch the worms come up out of it?
Sorry, that's true.
That's true. So you can see that from that reaction too. Now, think on the internal. What you think it's doing to our stomach?
All right.
Like,
And your teeth.
yeah, and your teeth and all that. So that's just a good demonstration of how and what we need to do to kind of make sure that we ain't really drinking. And don't get me wrong, a lot of acid is in a whole lot of things we eat. I fall short on that. I eat the devil out some chocolate, call it like a little junkie for chocolate, sweets and stuff like that. All that stuff is packed with acid, and tea and stuff like that, as Sis said. So but nevertheless though, it's just more of it that is contained into your soda and stuff like that. So again, we got the spring water and the Fiji, and Brother Jesse's favorite, the smart water. That he said that is good. We're gonna put that to the test too. That's right. And look, got even a little fancy little cap on it, so you won't even get in it right. There you go. Yeah, sure will. Now, of course, that's a food line brand, but it's alkaline water. And if you look at it, it has it on the side, 9.5 pH level. 9.5. And versus your Dasani and all of that is going to demonstrate where that alkaline is. So now, once we put the test to it, you're going to see that that alkaline is going to shoot way over in this area versus way down in this area. Now, when you think of the soda for an example, it'll take anywhere from, I think it's 3 to 5 gallons of alkaline water to flush out 1 bottle of soda. Anywhere from 3 to 5 gallons of alkaline water to flush out 1 bottle of soda.
That's right.
And as you can see, when you just do a little drop to it, what color is going to? Immediately.
Already turning on. See, this.
Immediately. So you ain't gonna get nothing out of that. This should look the Sonic. It's damn near worse than the soda.
Oh.
Here's your spring water.
Not so much.
It ain't so bad. He trying to come in kind of hard. Coming in at probably
6 or 7.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Let me drop a little bit just in case. Look at that feature trying to step it up, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good right there.
And if you ever notice, if you ever go to any big events
Yeah,
where the big Muslims be at, that's what they go to.
that's what the minister is.
Yeah. So if they go drink something and get somebody to the store, they say, man, you get that Fiji water. So when we have our regional minister, somebody come down, they always tell them, you should get some Fiji water. So you can see how big of a difference that it is. They go there, they get that small water, they took that small water, and that small water, they try to get a lot of money out of that small water. Cause they call it small, they say, oh, that thing, that big stuff. Oh, now look at that. Ain't doing nothing.
Now he drinks the alkaline.
Yeah. So you don't try to change it up.
Well, that makes a difference.
Yeah, you got to.
Alkaline smart water.
Yeah. Now, look at that. Immediately dropped straight to 11. Just with a little drop.
Look, it said 11. Look, so
Yeah. Immediately. I mean, as soon as it dropped, it went straight to it.
Right, okay.
With no question. Brother James, I need some tap water, big brother. Some kind of way. Let me get some in the red cup of stuff. We can put it in here, Brother James. Because look, you already know what that soda gonna do anyway. But I wanna. Let me get another. Is there any cups back there?
Or get a glass, a clear glass.
Yeah, let me get a clear glass. That'll work right there. Yes, ma'am.
I get Virginia.
So, just with this alone, you can go and you can take the alkaline water and take it up to, go ahead, put this, we're going to do that in a second. You can take this alkaline water and go down to about the worst one up here, which is probably this one, because that had the small water worse than about all of them, look like it. Y'all can see from out there. That's the tap one. Let me show you this one right here right quick first. That tap one is 2 cents right there. Now, let me tell you about this tap water. If you look at it, it's still a little better than some of the ones that we buy at the store, in a sense. But the reason why it has to be at this pH level versus like real acidic is that the government is governed that they have to have a certain amount of pH level in their water. Because if they don't, they're going to have that problem what happened in Flint, Michigan. And then the people go, they have to shut everything down and they have to start getting water. Nobody can't drink that water from out of the sinks and stuff like that. And then you can see how it's kind of turning now. You see how it's kind of going into that green level like?
Yes, sir.
But it's still better than your leading drinking water. And if you ever remember when Ishmael gave the speech one day, he said, y'all going out here going crazy over buying all that junk water out the grocery stores when you really got water at home that you can take and freeze. Y'all forgot about how to do that. So you can actually take tap water, boil it, put it in the freezer, and it's still gonna be way better than what you're gonna go out and buy from the store. You got what I'm saying? And you can see it's still turning a little green now. Now, to put all this water up to the test, you can go back to your alkaline. Look at purple that right there. You can put it up against this one. Look how it turned just immediately.
Just put some in there.
Just put a little bit in there.
Come on, alkaline.
Alkaline clean and everything.
It is. What about that soda?
Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do that. It's gonna take anywhere from 8 gallons of water just to try to clear up some of that. I can pour a little bit of it. He won't benefit him at all.
Come on.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
He can't do that with
Wow.
that.
Can't do that with it.
You know, just throw sodas in the trash, you ban
Look at it. It made it worse.
Yeah.
That's great.
Made it worse.
Right there.
Yeah. But if you go and you get this, it'll change colors immediately.
Yes, sir.
That's what I think.
And it still can't do nothing with that spring water. Well, there you go.
You ain't doing a whole lot with that
Yeah.
deer park.
Yeah, that deer part, that's my go-to one. It went right back. It turned right back.
That deer park like that Sprite.
Just about.
And that's the one.
Yeah. Now let's look at the
Tap.
tap water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now that's regular tap water. So we really can get water out the sink, boil it, and go out and buy some jugs. Go out there and buy them dollar jugs from the store. Pour that crap out, or use it for the flour or something. And then boil the water, and then come back and then just freeze it. Because when you do it, you want to boil it, and then freezing it is getting all that contaminations out, all the lead and stuff out, and then you can you'll still have a little bit more better water. But the one that's kind of really holding up to the test is your Fiji
Alkaline.
and your alkaline and the smart water. Smart water thing. No, we added some stuff to this one.
It's all.
Yeah. Now, we done put some.
No blue.
We put alkaline in this one, right? Now watch this right here.
No blue.
It look at it.
It destroying everything.
Quick.
Even the alkaline.
And I had some alkaline in there with it. It ain't do no good.
Oh, man.
It doesn't destroy all that. Now that was just a half a cup. Imagine you could have drunk the whole bottle like Brother James. Brother James, now you drink that whole bottle, boy, you done tore up that whole. You have to drink a whole lot of alkaline water. Yeah. So that's just something to think about, friend. I just wanted to let you see it so that you can get a better understanding. Seeing is believing. So we always want to make sure that we kind of move out, drinking water. And there's foods that has high alkalinity in it. And then along with acid, you gotta have acid too now, because acid what fights off the bacteria and stuff like that right there, and all of the bad crap that's up in our body and stuff like that. So you have one doing one and the other doing the other one though. But the more alkalinity that you have in, the more it can push out all that. It kind of destroys all that poison. But you got to be careful not to put some of that stuff up in there, because the alkalinity ain't gonna do nothing for it. So whenever you drink an alkalinity, you really not doing no good to yourself. Now, bear in mind, very, very, very important is this, and I'm glad I thought about it before we ended. Do not take alkalinity with medicine.
No.
Oh, wow.
Because it dilutes the medicine. So when you're going to take medicine, you want to maybe go to some tap water.
Okay.
Or maybe some little regular spring water, something like that right there.
Can we do
Maybe some Fiji. No, because Fiji is kind of high in alkalinity. So you really want something that's really maybe some tap water, or either, maybe it's a little
Spring.
purified water or something like that right
Okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah, and then you wanna wait 30 to 45 minutes
Yeah.
to let it, get in your system and let the medicine work. And then you can go back to drinking your alkaline water.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely keep that in mind if you don't do none of that stuff. Don't never take it with your medicine. But outside of that, you can still, keep that going though. Any questions on that? Everybody was kind of clear, wasn't it? Right down to it. Praise be to Allah. We want to keep the hip fad going. We want to keep some awareness going so we can make sure we have some healthy lives and some healthy families. Praise be to Allah. Thank you.
To Allah.